What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 160, and we start today's episode off by seeing that Nelson Oliveira has said to us that he wants to leave in the next transfer window, which is not a real surprise, and we may well look to go ahead and sell him. We had a bid from Millwall in the summer which we rejected, but we may go ahead and sell him in January because his morale is at rock bottom. He's really unhappy. He's not getting the team unless he's playing in a midweek game, so he misses out on the weekend games and quite on a regular basis, really. And of course, last year he was a first team striker alongside Daniel Sturridge. Now we've adjusted the team to fit the new signing Gareth Bale and Christian Eriksen in, and yeah, he's dropped to the bench and he's not happy, so he wants to be sold, and he may get his wish. We don't know yet, but anyway, here's the squad report. We've entered a new month now, so you can take a look at how the players are doing. Squad reports on the league table are shown at the start of every month. And before I go on with today's video, I want to say I've read loads and loads of comments from people saying, when are you going to start a new career mode? How long are you going to be carrying on with this one for? And so on and so forth. And to be honest, I have been considering doing a new career mode for a while now, but I do want to keep faith with this career mode just for the time being. This may be our last season in the career mode, I don't know. If you could let me know in the comments whether you would like the series to continue or whether you'd like us to stop and doing a new one, I'll definitely end this season at least. But let me know in the comments whether you'd like us to do a new career mode after this season or carry on. I'd love to know your opinions, and yeah, we'll see what you guys want, but I am thinking about doing something very new in the near future, I'll say that much, for offline gameplay on this channel, and hopefully you will enjoy that. That'll be coming out very soon, hopefully if I can get stuff done. I don't want to excite you too much, but there's something I'm planning for the near future, and hopefully I can go ahead and do it depending on, there's a lot of circumstances, but there should be some new offline gameplay on my channel very soon, hopefully, touch wood, we'll see. But anyway, guys, we start today's episode off with a game against Arsenal here, and we take on Arsenal at the Emirates. And of course, last year we went to the Emirates against Arsenal here in the Barclays Premier League, and we lost by 4-2. So we came into this game and I was fearful of another loss away at our bitter rivals' home ground. But the first chance this game would fall in the 13th minute was Bale with a free kick. Unfortunately, went straight into the gloves of Szczesny, and the following chance would fall in the 27th minute here to Arsenal, as Jack Wilshere plays the ball out wide to Kieran Gibbs. Gibbs goes down the left hand side. He'll stand off him with Ross Barkley. Didn't want to lunge in, but he keeps on going, beats Leao Gutierrez with the turn, and plays it back to Jack Wilshere. It's a great ball over the top, and Faraoni's volley as well, saved by Courtois, and the score is still 0-0. But that was it for the first half, quite uneventful to be honest. In the second half though, Arsenal had a good chance here. Their number 8 crosses the ball in towards Luis Eduardo. The header ends up going just over the bar and onto the roof of the net, so another corner to Arsenal here. They kept the pressure on, and as Ozil swings in this cross here towards the centre, it's Thomas Vermaelen who wins the header. It's saved, but it falls to the Welshman, and Aaron Ramsey puts the ball into the back of the net and makes it Arsenal 1, Spurs 0. So Arsenal won in the last encounter between these two teams. They beat us at the Emirates by 4-2, and unfortunately it looked as though the same thing could be happening again. We could be having 2 losses in a row against our bitter rivals, and straight from kickoff we give the ball away, but thankfully Arsenal do the exact same. As Oxlade-Chamberlain loses out to Chalobah here. He beats Kieran Gibbs with the fake shot, then plays a superb free ball towards Daniel Sturridge, but unfortunately Szczesny makes a good save and Wilshere gets the ball away. So still 1-0 to the Arsenal here, but in the 72nd minute a good chance for us to get back on level terms. Lamela has his throw in, he gives it to Nelson Oliveira, he swings in across to the centre, and Gareth Bale wins the header. So Bale gets the goal, and in the 72nd minute makes it Arsenal 1, Spurs 1. So fantastic header by Gareth Bale there, and like I said, he started off the season, he didn't score too many goals, but now he seems to score every other game, which is really nice to see. So Bale gets the goal and it's 1-1, but unfortunately for us in the 81st minute, Wilshere finds Ramsey, and Aaron Ramsey scores his second goal of the game and makes it Arsenal 2, Spurs 1. So 2 goals for the Welshman, all goals scored by Welsh players in this game, and it's 2-1 here. And unfortunately for us, we look like we would be on our way to back-to-back defeats against our North London rivals, and in injury time it could have got even worse. Theo Walcott finds Ramsey on a hat-trick. He slides the ball through unselfishly to Oxlade-Chamberlain. Thankfully for us though, Courtois was on hand to make a very good save, keep the score at 2-1, but that was unfortunately how the game would finish. So we couldn't get back into the game, we would lose, and unfortunately for us that is back-to-back defeats against our rivals. And unfortunately North London is very much red in this career mode, and it's not a good feeling at all. So Arsenal 2, Spurs 1, Ramsey's double sinks Spurs, and it's a 2-1 victory for the red side of North London. But after that, we saw that once again the board comes to us and say the last match was not one we wanted to see end in defeat, and we are concerned. And I was like, I'm just as concerned as you guys are, because I'm getting very, very worried now. We are getting this email on a regular basis. The board seem to CMP that email into every single email they send us. You know, they just copy and paste that paragraph and send it off to my email, and every single Monday morning I look at it as soon as I turn on my laptop and I think, oh my goodness, any minute now they're going to call me into the boardroom and sack me. So it's getting a bit worrying, because we've had quite a few bad results already this season, and I still think we'll be okay so long as we can bounce back every single time, but it's still not nice. Every single time I read that email, I think maybe there's a possibility I could be getting a sack, and that is not good at all. But anyway, we did need to bounce back in this game against Spartak Moscow here in the Champions League. Now, as things stand, we are doing well. We're in second place in our group, and we will be qualifying for the knockout stages as things continue, but we still do need to get the results in Europe. I do not want to go out of the Champions League. I really do want to challenge for it this year. But we took on Spartak Moscow. Now, they scored an early goal in the last time we took them on in White Hart Lane. They almost scored one here in the 3rd minute, so Spartak Moscow almost taken the lead there. But in the 10th minute, Glenn Robinson goes down the right hand side and swings in a cross. It's headed across the face of goal, and it falls to Connor Wickham, and his volley just goes into the back of the net. One of the best things about Connor Wickham that he has insane shot power, and he showed it there. The ball seemed to look like it was going to be saved by the goalkeeper, but thankfully there was so much power on the volley, the goalkeeper just couldn't stop the ball from crossing the line. So Wickham gets the goal, and it's 1-0 to us. So we beat Spartak Moscow by 4-2 at home in the reverse fixture, but we were very fortunate in that game because Spartak Moscow looked very, very menacing, but thankfully for us, we were able to get the goal there and make it 1-0. And in the 19th minute here, you see Connor Wickham win the ball for us. It falls to Glenn Robinson. He pokes it through wonderfully to Wickham, and Wickham doubles his goal tally and makes it Spartak Moscow 0, Spurs 2. And Glenn Robinson with another great assist there. Really, really good signing he's proved to be. He's a squad player, but every time he gets into the squad, he improves and does really, really well. So I'm very glad that I picked up Glenn Robinson from Newcastle. He's been brilliant. But anyway, it's 2-0 here, and in the 26th minute, a good chance for us to make it 3-0. Klein crosses the ball in. Spartak Moscow failed to get the ball away, but unfortunately Nelson Oliveira can't score. It's a good save, and it's eventually cleared by Spartak Moscow. So still 2-0. In the 37th minute, a good chance here is John Johannesson ends up losing the ball, but it falls to Alex Pritchard, and his volley just goes wide of the post. So Pritchard with a rare start, almost making it 2-0, but unfortunately it was still, almost making it 3-0, but unfortunately it was still 2-0. But at half time we brought on Chambers for Gutierrez because the game seemed like it was done. Spartak Moscow weren't threatening too much, and of course I wanted to get the first team player off. But in the 63rd minute here, Spartak Moscow failed to clear. We get the ball in. Wickham goes for the header, but unfortunately it's saved, and it's still 2-0. So Moscow didn't look like they were going to score at all. It was going to be us who would get the third goal, it seemed like. And in the 66th minute, we brought off Carroll and Oliveira for Welbeck and Friars here. So once again, bringing off the bench players for Rezzies, and just making sure the squad can stay as fit as possible, really, and give the fringe players a chance to shine, because this game was as good as done, really. Moscow and Spartak Moscow weren't threatening at all. In the 75th minute, a good chance to make it 3-0 here as Connor Wickham gets on the ball, plays it over the top towards Danny Rose. What a ball it was. Rose then crosses the ball in, and Welbeck does make it 3-0. So he comes off the bench and makes it 3-0 here. So good finish by Danny Welbeck. Some nice passing. Great cross by Rose. Good finish by Welbeck, who's dropped down to a reserve place now, but even so, really good header, and that makes it 3-0. So this game was as good as done. We were just hoping to play out the rest of the game with no problems whatsoever and hopefully keep a clean sheet as well. And in the 90th minute here, John Johannesson does some skill and gets tackled, wins us a corner, and from the corner he crosses the ball in towards the head of Connor Wickham. Wickham tips the ball over the bar, and well, you know what's going to come in that next, don't you? Just heard me say it. Anderson crosses the ball in from the corner once again. This time it does find Leo Chambers, and Chambers, who came off the bench at half time, makes it Spartak Moscow 0, Spurs 4. So great header by Chambers as Anderson crosses the ball to him, and very good header by the man with the dreadlocks there. And it was an awesome header as well, because it was perfect accuracy right into the corner, clipped the far post there, the inside of the far post. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. It was at full stretch, but couldn't get a single fingertip on it, and that made it Spartak Moscow 0, Spurs 4. So We scored 4 goals against the Russians at White Hart Lane. We scored 4 goals away here in Moscow, and yeah, I was very, very pleased with that. And a clean sheet as well was going to be very, very nice, because we have struggled to keep clean sheets for, you know, pretty much since we came to Spurs. I haven't been very good at keeping clean sheets, but thankfully we're going to keep one here, and it was going to be an emphatic win away in Spartak Moscow, and a great way to show the board that after that disappointment of losing the game against Arsenal, it's not too bad. We can still win big games, we can still win them comfortably, and I can still be the manager here that is going to lead Spurs to success. So a good way to hit back after the criticism there, after losing the previous game. But as always, guys, big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, please leave likes, that's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out, and it only takes a second, and I'll click that like button for you, and I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon.